Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back. Happy Anne of Green Gables Day. It's not officially Anne of Green Gables Day, but we are going to be talking about Anne of Green Gables. So that's what I meant. How are you all doing? Welcome. Let me know if you can hear me and see me well. It looks good on my side, so I hope so. It's true. And yeah, I hope you came ready because I was thinking today and I remember some things, but I don't remember all that much that from the top of my head. I'm sure that if you guys will be talking about some things, I will remember. But from the top of my head, not too much. So we'll see. I do not have any like a reading group discussion, yes, questions. So we'll see. But yes, today we are here to discuss Anne of Avonlea, which is the second book in Anne of Green Gables series. It's a series written by Ellen Montgomery. And yeah, we read the first one in October, I want to say. Yes. And the second one in November. So we're discussing now. It's quite late, but that's just how it worked out. So discussing this one now. And in December, we are reading Anne of the Island. I have not started. I have bookmarking, but I have not started it yet. It's on chapter 1 here. So I have not started it yet, but I'm ready. I wanted to wait to finish this one. No, to discuss this one before I start this one, because otherwise was afraid they would start mixing. So yeah, let me see if I can. There we go. I made myself some tea over here. So go ahead and make yourself some tea as well if you would like. And yeah. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Larissa. Same, not too many specific memories. That's not a good start. I wonder if Judy finished and Cleo, because I think they both said on Tuesday that, okay, I guess it's time to start a book. Well, that's what Cleo said, and Judy was in the very beginning. Because she was just reading the chasing cow scene, which was in the very beginning. So I wonder if they managed to finish, if they will show up here. We shall see. But yep. Hello, Ewald. How are you doing? Me remember almost nothing. Well, me neither. The same. The same. So I'm actually going to put a ticker down that I'm just gonna put like spoilers, I think, or something like that, because definitely spoilers for the first book, spoilers for Anne of Green Gables in the list, or Gables. There we go. And yeah. Should we go then through maybe the copal? If we don't have any specific memories we picked up, maybe the copal would now help us to go, through characters, atmosphere, writing, plot, intrigue, logic, and enjoyment. I think we could do that and then see what that comes out as. I'm also currently cutting my hair, didn't finish in time. Off to a good start for that discussion. Well, good luck. Hopefully that goes well. So I'm going to open my spreadsheet. We haven't done the copal in a while, so that could be interesting. And also, I'm not going to rate the book on Goodreads, but it still could be interesting to know what it would come out of copal as for my own personal spreadsheet. Where is it? It's this one. So too much. This computer is so fast. There we go. I have it set up. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm eating dinner, so okay. So might not be too active in the chat. That's fine. That's all right. Um, I don't know what's with the hair. I apologize. Also, by the way, you guys, before we get into anything, I don't know if anybody watching this back will be thinking like, well, this has nothing to do with it. But it's my Christmas vacation. I do have to still write my time report, uh, but otherwise, I'm not working tomorrow, and I have Monday off, and then until I'm off until 6th of January. So I go back to work 7th of January. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It doesn't feel like it's Christmas at all to me. I don't know why. Like Christmas is in 6 days, and I'm like, it hasn't started yet. Like, is it too early for Christmas songs yet? I don't know. It's really weird. But I'm just happy. It's my like I just came from work like 5:30, and then it's like Christmas, so I'm gonna just chill and have fun today. But anyway, back to Anne of Avonlea. Um, should we start with what it says on the back, maybe, and it will give us maybe some ideas. So it says 5 years ago, a skinny, unwanted orphan arrived at Avonlea without a friend in the world. Now it would be impossible to imagine Green Gables without Anne. Her high spirits and warm heart have won her a family and friends who love her. But when Anne starts a new job as a teacher at her old school, the real test of her character begins. At 16:30, she's not, I love that, she's not much older than her pupils and has a lot to prove. How can she inspire a love of learning in young minds, especially when some of her students are even naughtier than she ever was? So yes, in this book, Anne grew up a little bit. She's no longer 11 or anything like that. She is now 16. Yeah, 16 and a half past 16. I love that. Half past 16. And she becomes a teacher at the school, which is interesting. A teacher at 16, while her students are like 12, 13, whatever they are. But she still gets mischievous, and I just love, like, she's not mischievous in the same way, but she still messes up sometimes, and I just love that. Like with the cow, chasing the cow, that was funny, but then immediately selling it and then finding out that it wasn't her cow. I I laughed so much. Like, that's absolutely hilarious to me. Um, so yeah, she still get up to no good sometimes, not on purpose. They get the twins that are, I think, like Marila's nephew and niece, or no, some family. So they take care of the twins that are the age of Anne when Anne came. Um, and they get up to no good sometimes, especially the boy. And what else do we have? We've got the, what's his name? The Mister with the guy with the parrot. I love the relationship she had with him. Um, we've got the, oh, I thought, okay, this lady, what was her name? The older Anne. The, what was her name? I forgot her name. The one that they just randomly found at her house when they were on the way somewhere else, and they found her house and took a tea with her. She seemed super creepy to me. She seemed really creepy. Um, but yeah, there are lots of fun things, and it feels like it was much bigger book than the first one for some reason. Oh yeah, for Christmas, yes. I have 4 days left, and then I'm off till 13th. Nice. Yeah, so 1 week after me as well. So it evens out. My last day is tomorrow and off until 5th. Nice. Yay, happy vacation. I have 2 more days to go. Tomorrow and Tuesday. Then I'm off until the 13th. Amazing. Look at us. All getting vacation. She's mature, but also still like a child. That awkward in between stage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I loved it. It wasn't as much fun as the first one. The first one was absolutely hilarious, And just I loved her, like when she was a child and she was just rambling all the time and daydreaming. She's not like that anymore, which of course makes sense because as you say, she matured. um so I miss that part of it, but I still really enjoy her character. I think, like, even if she's older, she still has a lot to give us as readers, or at least me. I feel like I still learn a lot from her, like the compassion and um, patience and dedication. Like, she has a lot to offer. And yeah, I can't wait to read more about her. Yes, she's still chaotic and messy and dreamy. Yeah, I love that. The naughty boy gets up to no good. The quiet doll, like perfectly proper girl, more just gets used by the boy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and at some point, that's one thing. If there was one thing I didn't like about this book, it would be exactly this, when they said that they actually liked the boy more because the girl was too good. And I was like, no, no, no. Uh, that is just so heartbreaking to me. From the point of view, I'm not saying I was definitely not the good girl. um but I mean, in some situations I was, but in some situations, maybe it depends on what age I was. But it just breaks my heart because I just hate that in the world, when people who are nice are getting abused or used by other people. And when especially when in the situations when it's kind of like a weakness, I hate it with my whole heart. Instead of it being appreciated, that this person is so nice, I need to love this person and care for this person, it's just like kind of used and like boring. It just breaks my heart so much. So that was one thing that I didn't like about this book. It just made me so sad because it was both Anne and Marilla who were like, they like the boy more than the girl because the girl is too good and the boy is fun and mischievous. I'm like, what are you talking about? So that made me a little bit sad. But yes, the boy was mischievous and very, sometimes like rude to her. But I did like his. I really like that his relationship with Anne, and that Anne like trusted him, and he said that, like, I didn't know I was not supposed to do that. And to me, like, my initial is like, how couldn't you not know? But at the same time, like, then they kind of go and explain, and I'm like, but it's true, maybe nobody actually told him that. How is he supposed to know? Like, he's just an innocent child in the world where he just wants to explore and have fun. And if nobody told him he's not supposed to do that, then how is he to know? So I really appreciated that point of view and that patience and that love for him, even though I was just like, my boy, not cool. Some things he did were not nice at all, like locking up his sister in the house somewhere. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the children added in the story family. To me, it felt a bit repetitive, like the parts with the lady, though. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and definitely it felt like we need to throw in the kids to keep it more child friendly, kind of thing. I definitely agree with that. So, yeah, also wasn't my favorite part. It didn't bother me too much. It felt like, it's a creative decision of the author. Okay, whatever. Didn't bother me too much, but I agree. It felt a little bit like we need to keep some children in the story to keep the what worked in the first one, kind of. But yeah, like the parts with the lady. The lady, I think she grew on me a bit, but I'm very skeptical of her. And from the start, I just thought it was super creepy. With her maids all having the same name. I was like, that sounds borderline like psychotic. But she turned out to be nice. I'm still not convinced, but she seems to be nice. but I had mixed feelings about her, to be honest. I agree. I really didn't like how they talked about the girl. She was just overseen. Yeah. The little girl definitely faded to the background. Hope she gets more attention in further books. Yeah, I also hope. Even though in the next book, I don't know, spoilers now. Spoilers for. Should I now change the. I mean, I already said lots of spoilers. So we now move on to the university, right? So maybe we won't see that much of the children in the next book anyway. I think that's at least 18 years old. She's leaving Green Gables for university, her life's dream, but her feelings are bittersweet. Although excited to see the world, she is heartbroken to leave her home and everyone she loves. Before long, she has made new friends, including handsome Roy Gardner, who seems to have stepped out of her dreams. When her childhood friend Gilbert Blythe finally confesses his love, it takes tragedy for Anne to realize what her heart desires. So this one's going to be more romance focused, and I'm excited. I think Anne deserves some like romance because she's always been dreaming about. It's not very romantic, is it? And like everything needs to be romantic. So I think she really deserves, and I really, really want to see it. Her experiencing some big romance. So I'm really excited. Um, but yeah, we'll see if we get any more of the children. And I suddenly remember the kid in the class that was a kindred spirit. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, and then that kid bonded with the older lady as well. That was really sweet. I thought it was really, really cute. Yes. Yes, the maid thing was weird and creepy. Yeah, that was weird. And now I'm thinking of Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern. Oh, is that his name? Is that the Green Lantern's name? Which one was first? Who copied who? No, this is Roy Gardner. Not the same guy. Probably. What do we know? Maybe it is. But yeah, I don't know about the TV shows. I still haven't been able to find the one from 1980s, 85. Uh, that one definitely includes scenes from here, from the second one. I don't know how long it goes. I think it continues on the third one, to be honest. But I don't know. I don't know how many books actually it contains, that TV show. So I don't know. Anybody knows? Probably. I don't know. I know Judith also likes that one. So maybe she would know, but I'm not sure she's here. I don't think so. Maybe Roy is his granddaddy. Maybe. Is the Green Lantern older than this? I mean, this book was published in. There is not even a date. 1915. First published in 1915. So this book is 110 years old. Not this specific one, but the story. 110 years old. Can you believe it? That's insane. I'm excited. I'm excited to continue. Would work if he's also ginger like Anne, because Guy is ginger. Okay. That would be interesting. But yeah, should we check the copile? So first thing to discuss and of Avonlea would be characters. What did we think about the characters? We kind of already touched it a little bit. So we said that Anne matured a bit. She's still, though, chaotic and messy and dreamy, which I love, I adore. Side characters, I feel, are really strong. Like I can remember, I don't remember the names, but I can really remember the characters, like Diana, Marilla, the twins, the kids from the school, whether it was the kindred spirit or it was the bad kid. or the girl that wrote the essay about how she adores Anne, like all made up things, or this lady, older lady, or the guy with the parrot and his wife. Like it feels like, oh, and of course Gilbert, but like it really feels like the characters. I still remember many of the characters quite vividly, and what their role in the story was, even like okay, 3 weeks later, but still. So characters I really enjoy. I think they are really well written, and yeah, I do like them. And still solid. Kindred boy, nice. Naughty boy, didn't care for. Doll girl needs more time, honestly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like Anne, still solid. Yeah, Anne is, I mean, she is definitely the strongest character. It is like sometimes happens that the character name, like the name of the series is the name of the main character, and that character doesn't is not the strongest. For me, for example, that definitely happens with Wednesday season 2. It's a show, it's not a book, but to me it definitely, Wednesday is not even close to be like the top 5 my favorite characters or the strongest characters on the show. So this is very good that Anne is still like the strongest character. Um, I would give characters an 8. Yeah, I think so too. It's not like absolutely adore. Maybe in the first one, I would give it like 9.5. I love them. I cried and everything. Here, not quite as much, but still really enjoyed. So I think I would go also for like 8 for characters. And favorite character, definitely Anne. And least favorite, hmm, hard to say. I did not stand much for the guy with the parrot. I know Anne liked him, or turned out to like him. Didn't do much for me, to be honest. Or the twin boy. I liked the moments with him and the way Anne was with him, but the boy himself, again, did not do much for me. So, but yeah, 8 I would go for. In Wednesday season 2, it focused more on Enid Paxley and a little bit on the Saren and in Visa Girl. Yeah, a lot more. And I'm glad it did, because Wednesday plotline seemed completely like not important. And like obviously they did it that way. So that was maybe the plan. But like whenever there was Wednesday, I was like, oh, this again. Give me Enid, Paxley. Those I enjoyed. I did not enjoy Wednesday on the season 2. On season 1, she was all right. I didn't mind her as much. But she's also still not my favorite. Like, whenever there is Enid, I'm like, yes. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that's on purpose in season 2, but she did not shine. And to me, I'm sure there are people who absolutely loved her, but to me, Wednesday season 2 could have been without Wednesday and would have been even better story. I said what I said. I like the parrot. Yeah, the parrot was awesome. My favorite is the cow at the beginning that made me laugh. Yes, I laughed so hard with that one. Um, that she thought, I love that one. Like one thing, I understand why she thought that the, oh no, the cow escaped again. I need to bring her, and then somebody wants to buy. Like, okay, yeah, you just buy it, and then comes home and her cow is in her shed. She sold that guy's cow. Awesome. I laughed so much. Um, so yeah, that was fun. Next we have atmosphere. Do we have any specific thoughts on atmosphere? Should we also, yeah, and stomping after like an angry mother? Yes. Oh, I love it. Then I immediately actually searched for the clip from the show because I remember that scene, that the scene was in the TV show, so I immediately searched for it and yeah, watched the scene right after reading it because I thought like that's fantastic. But for atmosphere, how immersive was the read? Were you able to picture the setting, the characters, the creatures? Was the energy in the scenes palpable, or was it not very convincing? Um, Here, I feel I did not have any problems with atmosphere at all. Uh, Everything seemed pretty good. There might have been some moments when I felt a little bit like I'm not really in the scene, but most of the time I did not have any issue with it whatsoever. So atmosphere, I'd probably also give like 7, because it also didn't make me like feel things. Like the atmosphere wasn't done in a way that I'd be thinking like, "Whoa, this is so cozy and amazing, and I love it." Um, like the first one did. The first one really did that, to be honest. This one, not as much. Um, I could picture the animals the most. Yeah. I really felt the atmosphere during the storm part of the story. 7 is a solid answer. Yeah. And the storm. Oh, right. Yes. When Anne got stuck, right? In the house or somehow, like in the roof. And there was the thunder. Was that the scene? Yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened, but yeah, that was maybe a little bit too quick scene for my taste. But yeah, I think I know what you mean. I like how the author describes settings, smells, visuals, sounds. Yes, very romantic, I would say. Like from kind of from Anne's point of view, so it's been like very romantic. I really like it as well. Which brings us to our third category, and that's writing. So for me, I have no problem with the writing at all. I think it's actually really nicely done. I I don't know if children friendly because I'm not a child, so I don't know how a child would read it. But to me, it feels like very easy read. It flows easily. You just want to know more all the time. Um, and yeah, I don't have any issues. I actually really enjoyed the old style. Like you can sense it is 100 years old, and I really enjoy that, to be honest. So yeah, writing, no problem. Does anything stand out in particular that it would deserve a 10? Like it was fantastic writing? I don't think so. I think there are writing styles that I enjoy a lot more, in a sense that it, like just the writing itself makes me feel things, like Frederick Backman, for example. Writing for Frederick Backman, 15 out of 10. In two of his books. Other ones, or like some of his books, not so much. Some of his books, yes. Um, it really depends. But here, it flows. It's good, but it's nothing like outstanding for me. So for writing, I would probably say 7 again. 6 feels a bit too low. I'm gonna say 7. Um, so yeah, sorry, I don't know why I keep yawning. Tired. Although the books are quite old, but I find it easy to read in comparison with other classics. Oh yeah, definitely. Now I wonder if it could be because it is a book for children, which most classics are not. But maybe you mean other classics for children. Because what are other classics for children? Hobbit, very easily read. Um, yeah, would Alice in Wonderland count as for children? I did not like that, but I don't remember if it read easily. I don't think so. Um, about yes, the what are you? Where are you? The Secret Garden. The Secret Garden. I still haven't read that, so I don't know. I don't think I've read many like classics for children, so I can't compare. Um, but definitely, it is like 100 years old. It's a classic, but it still reads so easily. So that's nice. While I like the writing itself, how she uses language, but I was often quite bored in this one. Don't know if the category plot will come later on, but it plays together. Yeah, definitely plays together. We have a plot category, yes. And I definitely see what you mean. It was not as much fun as the first one, that's for sure. I think here we more explored, and as an adolescent, um, older teenager, trying to find herself, trying to balance her silly self and the teacher self. So she has a lot of that going on, it feels like. So for that reason, it probably also feels a little bit more serious and a little bit less plot or less things happening, less silly, to be honest. So I totally get it. I also did enjoy it less than the first one, not gonna lie, but I still really enjoyed it. I at no point did I feel that if it wasn't for the read along, I wouldn't continue with it. I didn't feel as hung up on it as on the first one, but I did enjoy it and wanted to finish and just wanted to read it. So, but I get it. I get it. I really didn't care about a lot of it. All that society thing to make the town prettier, for example, the long part where she read the children's letters, one or two would have been enough. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember actually I was listening to that part when I was walking to the gym. So somehow I didn't mind. It just felt like I actually liked it that we got. I actually like that part that we got to read the works of the children and what she thinks. Um, the society, I agree. That feels like um, that plot line in itself doesn't bother me, but I feel like maybe it's not done well enough for me to be interested in it. Kind of. I feel like the author is not selling it enough. Kind of. I think to me it feels like I don't know. Like I never studied literature or anything like that, so maybe I'm completely off. But to me, it felt like the society is just some feeling to kind of have connection to the other characters, like just the plot tool. Like it doesn't actually serve any like feeling purpose. It only serves really to keep the characters kind of meeting, and some like specific mechanics of the relationships would work better with that society in it. And I feel like that's why we have that, and I don't think it's done well enough to sell me the society. So I agree there. I wish it was not better because I think it would be really interesting. But it would probably for me to really care about it, it would probably have to take a lot more time in the book, and then other things would have to go into the background. So it's both for me, kind of. I don't know if that makes sense, but that, yeah, to me it feels just like a plot tool and not really feeling anything for it. Alice counts for kids, but there because it is nonsensical, it can be harder to read. Yeah, yeah, I don't like nonsensical things, so there it goes. I have read one Swedish children's book, translated, of course, that was based on one of the two Swedish stories I grew up with. Okay, all right. Which one is it? I'm not sure. I know. I don't. I grew up. I don't think I know any Swedish stories like books. We had on TV, of course, Pippi Longstrump, Pippi Longstrump. What is it called in English? Pippi, and then Emil is the two things we had on our TV. Anything else, I don't really know that much. Um, but yeah, writing I already put. Next we have plot actually, but it all goes together. So and Nils Holgersson. Oh, of course, of course. Holgersson. That would be Holgersson, I guess. Um, Holgersson? No. Niels Hol. No, it would be Holger. Holger is a Norwegian name. Would it, because in Swedish you would pronounce it Holgersson, which sounds wrong. So that might be Norwegian name. I need to ask Henrik. But I haven't read that. I also grew up with Pippi Longstocking, thank you. And yes, Pippi has books. Yeah, I know Pippi has books. I know. It is originally a book story, of course, and then it was made into, ooh, interesting, for her kid. But yeah, I know it's books, but I never read the books. I only saw the, was it TV show, movie? I don't know which one. But I watched it, not never read it, which I should maybe. Um, but yeah, next one we have plot category for Anne of Avonlea. What do we think about plot of this one? I have to say I really enjoyed the book overall. I love the vibes, I love the characters, I love to hang out in that world, but it had no plot. Again, maybe that's just because I am a character driven reader. Most often the book doesn't need to have a plot for me to enjoy it if the characters are strong. And that might be the case with this one. I really like, if the book has great characters and no plot, I might still enjoy it, or I will probably still enjoy it. If it has great plot and sucky characters, I will 100% not like that book. So that's probably where this comes in, that I really enjoyed it anyway. But I do feel like, what was the plot? She's the teacher, she grows into her role, and she ends up going into university. That's basically the plot. It's very much just what do you call it, like what do you call it, stream of consciousness kind of thing. Not exactly, but just like everyday minute things. But for me it worked. So I don't know, the plot was not that great, but it didn't bother me. So what do I rate it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to give plot like 6. I feel like that's okay. I feel like she wanted too much in this one, so plot got a bit lost. We didn't have a deep character development from Anne because of so much going on. Yeah, could be. Yeah, and definitely if this was the first book, it wouldn't have worked. But because we already know Anne from the first one, and Anne is so well developed in the first book, maybe it didn't bother me as much. So maybe yes. There is not really a plot in this book, so I find it hard to rate. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I feel like in the first one there was somewhat of a plot. It didn't have any, like I feel like there was a plot, but they didn't have any goal, kind of. In the second one, I feel like we're just following Anne, but that's like character driven, not plot. So yeah, it's not really a children's story either, and also not really fully about the small town. Yeah, no, too much things, and everything had too little time to get explored. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Again, didn't bother me too much. It did bother me with the society. That one definitely didn't get enough time for me to care for it. But the other things I felt were like, it didn't bother me that it would be like underdeveloped or not enough time or something. So with the other things, it didn't bother me as much. But I see what you mean, and yeah, I get that it would bother you, or bother anyone. So totally get that. Which is a shame, but we'll see how the third one will you. We'll get to that question later. we'll get to that question later. But yeah, I really hope that by the end of this read along, I won't be the only one reading these books. I really hope that some of you will stick around and will enjoy the books enough to continue. Oh, that would be funny. Now I realize maybe I liked it less because I read the first one over a year ago, so I was maybe less connected as you were. Maybe, yes. That could definitely be it. Definitely could be it, that you were not as connected to the characters, you did not have them as fresh, so uh, the impression wasn't as strong. That could definitely be a factor. Still fair though, still fair. I will read the whole series because I have a box set. Okay, good. So at least one of you. Good. Thank you. That makes me, honestly, that makes me feel good because I don't have to worry that next time nobody will show up because people don't really, vibe with it anymore. Like the first book, honestly, for me, whatever happens with the rest of the series, even if I end up rating the last two stars, it could happen. I will still rate the first one 5 stars. It's just such a dear book. Such a dear book. I'm at least down for trying the next book. Good, good, good. But yeah, with that also comes our next category, which is intrigue. How was the intrigue in the book? And again, that probably comes together with plot again. Maybe not as strong, you know? What do we have here? Were you wishing you could be reading this book instead of doing whatever you were doing, or did it take some mental convincing to pick it back up? For me, neither. For me, it was just right in the middle. Were you intrigued to see where the story goes, what happens to the characters, how things will evolve? Did the story hold your attention throughout, or was it not consistent? Yeah, here, right in the middle. Right in the middle. 7 for me, but intrigue is high for the next one. Yes, definitely. I am very intrigued what's gonna happen in the next one. We go to the university. I hope we get something nice and cozy, kind of light academia vibes. We'll see. Maybe this is what started light academia. Maybe not. Probably not. But you know. And then some romance. I have high expectations of this one. The second one did not have that much of an intrigue. I did not feel like I didn't want to pick it up, but I also did not feel like I need to read it all the time. I was just happy to put it on audiobook, like to just put it on and listen to it. Um, it was just really, really nice. So for me, it would be, yeah, probably 7 as well. I feel like 7 is kind of like the middle. So I agree. Um, but can't wait to start with the third one. It's gonna be fun. I hope. Some love triangle maybe, some drama. Um, but yes, next category we have is logic. I don't know what to think about that in this book. Logic, like how, with what? Um, it seemed perfectly fine. It seemed completely reasonable based on her character and how we got to know her in the first book. I feel like it makes absolute logical sense that she would sell somebody else's cow, for example. So, in that sense, like, let's say character choices definitely made sense based on how the characters were built. To me, it made sense. It was an easy entertainment while crafting, but I'm still intrigued for the next one too because the setting will change and it might be more focused on Anne herself again. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this one maybe was the syndrome of a middle book. Maybe it was supposed to be a trilogy, but ended up what, 8 books. Um, so maybe this one was just like only in the middle before we go on to bigger things. So we'll see. I hope so. But yeah, logic, I would give, I have no problem with logic in this book at all. I say 8. Again, I don't know what you would give 10, like absolutely perfectly logical. That's what I would do. Not exactly, not what I would do, but I'm very admired of what the characters did sometimes. So yes, this book felt more as a filler for me because we were waiting for Anne to go to uni, basically. Yeah, exactly. That's how it felt like. Especially now discussing it, that's definitely how it felt like. Just the filler, additional characters, additional build up before uni, additional build up of the relationship with Blythe. What's your name? Gilbert. Um, so yeah, it definitely felt like a filler book. So yeah, that was logic for me. I don't know if you have any opinions on logic. But the last category is enjoyment. How much did you enjoy it? And I enjoyed it well. I had no problems. Not didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but I'm gonna give it an 8. So it will come out as 4 star for me, which makes sense. Maybe it's a bit high, like now talking about it, like I see the issues, but I still like really enjoyed it. Like my enjoyment of it was high. I really enjoyed the characters, the world, the coziness of it, the romance of it, and dreaminess, and just all of it. There are some things, of course, I did not like or would have preferred to be done a bit differently or a bit better, but overall, I really enjoyed it. So um, for me, yeah, 7 for me again. Some parts were fun, some were a bit boring. Yes, yeah. I think for me 8 might be a bit high, but I feel the same as Natalie said, that it was like easy entertainment while crafting, and I felt the same way. I wasn't doing cross stitching or something. I don't remember what I was doing while listening to it, but definitely very easy to listen to while doing something else, and honestly, just makes me happy to listen to it while crafting, and that's all I need. That's all I need. So um, it was good. It was good. Maybe 4 is a bit high. I might think about it, even though it's been 3 weeks since I finished it, or how long, I don't know. So I would have probably already thought about it, right? But I think we'll leave it. Who cares anyway? Um, I feel like 3 would be a bit too low. Maybe 3.5 would be like the lowest it could possibly get, because anywhere lower than that would be a crime against Anne, and I don't want that. Um, Definitely, I listened to most of it while doing chores. Yeah, it made everything nicer. As mentioned, I struggled with this one, so enjoyment was lower for me. I think I would have DNF'd if not for this talk and the audio. Oof. Okay, fair, totally fair. I see that. Um, Again, maybe it would help if you had the connection to the characters again, like if you reread the first one. Maybe you don't want to do that now. I mean, maybe you could still do that now before jumping into the third one, and just ignore the second one and just jump into the third one, to kind of like improve your chances of enjoying it, if we think that might be why. But yeah, I totally get it. If I didn't have this connection to the characters in the first one, that I read the book twice and both times I absolutely loved it and cried and laughed, I might not enjoy the second one as much either. So I totally get it. A bit shame that you would have DNF, like you really, like you had to power through, but I hope it wasn't that bad that you powered through. Um, but what did you think of the audiobook, by the way? Because I think you listened to a different one in the first one. So which one did you enjoy more? Do you have a verdict on that? Because I really enjoyed the one with Barbara Caruso. I think she's really nice, but I'd never tried a different one, so I wouldn't know. Um, but yeah, next we are reading Anne of the Island. Anne goes to the university and gets involved in some romance, and I'm excited to read it. It's our December book, or yeah, we're supposed to be reading this in December. So hope to have live show for it sometimes first week of December, first, second, because we also have a book club. So we'll have to coordinate those two somehow. But yeah, where is my book club book? Oh, up there. So we'll see when we'll get to discuss this one. I listened to the one you recommended and I loved it. Oh, I'm glad. Okay. Yeah, so the one by Barbara Caruso. Yeah, I love that one. I don't think she did all of them. I don't think she narrated the Windy Poplars and of Windy Willows. Windy Willows. Windy Poplars is, I think, in America and Europe, it's Windy Willows. I don't think she's narrating that one. I will have to dig into it, but I didn't see that one in the list. So I don't think she narrates all 8 of them. I think she did 6 or 5, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see. No opinion on the audio in comparison. Don't really remember the first one, but had no issues with it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Any other thoughts, things you really liked, things you really didn't like, something we forgot to mention? Any favorite quotes or something you'll bring from this story? Just let me know. My favorite scene must be the cow chasing and how she sold the neighbor's cow. I think that was my favorite scene. Least favorite scene, definitely when they were talking about that the girl is too nice, so they like the boy more. Surprising was when Anne kind of blew up and punished the student when she swore that she would never do that and there must be a better way and everything. And at the end of the day, she, like, her nerves got the better of her and she punished that one student. And I mean, it fixed the issue, which, you know, I'm sure there are kids that respond only to that kind of punishment. Still doesn't mean that's right to do it. So that feels kind of like, I don't know how to feel about that part, to be honest, because obviously not okay to beat children. Um, but it worked on him and he then started to respect the teacher. So it solved the issue, but very gray area in that sense. Like, again, I'll say not okay to beat children, but so I don't know. That one was like, I don't know how to feel about that one, to be honest. I was very conflicted, the same as Anne was. So I think that was actually very well done from the author, how Anne was very conflicted on that. And people were telling her like, yeah, but it solved the issue and he started to respect you. So it all comes to the gray, like everything basically adds up to be good. But she still felt so horrible and guilty about it. So I think that's exactly how I felt about it also. I don't think I remember any quotes from this one that I loved. I did not mark anything this time. It wasn't as magical as the first one. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm thinking as well. It's not that difficult to blow up. So yes, that's fine. But that it was like it fixed the issue. Suddenly everything was perfect just because she did that. And yeah, I agree. It did send a wrong message in that sense. So that's why it's like kind of conflicting, like, because I know there will be children who will be testing the teacher's boundaries until the teacher does something. um, and I feel like the teachers also need to protect their own mental health and everything, but at the same time you shouldn't be a teacher if you can't handle it. So it's like very complicated issue, I feel like, and this book very much simplified it. But again, it's just a book for children, um, so maybe we don't need to dig into it too deep, but it did make me feel a little bit unwell. Hello, welcome, welcome. Just popping in to hug the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Um, but we are having a live discussion about the book Anne of Avonlea. So we are discussing spoilers for both of the books, Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea. So just be mindful so you don't get spoiled. You don't get spoiled in case you haven't read it. I like that she felt bad about it, but I would have preferred it if it didn't solve the issue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, or at least if it would have been more complicated, like I think it could have been in some way it helped, but it wouldn't be just like, okay, now it's fixed. That's all it took to fix the issue. Like there needed to be more layers to it. So yeah, but at least she felt guilty about it. So I guess that's that, or that's something. But yeah, that was a little strange as well. But it is a book over 100 years old, so I guess we have to take it with a pinch of salt. And the world was different then. Um, so yeah. Um, yeah, I don't think I have that much more to share about this book right now. Uh, but I'm very, very glad that you guys joined the discussion, that you guys were reading the book with me and were here and discussing it with me. Um, I hope the next book will be better, even though I did enjoy this one, but it feels like overall this one was not as well received as the first one, which understandable. But I hope that the next one will be better. Um, I'm not sure any of them will meet the first book vibe and magic. Probably not, but they will still be nice. I hope they are still nice. And yeah, I think we can wrap it up then. Uh, Hopefully, you'll join me reading Anne of the Island. If not, thank you for joining so far. But yeah, we'll of course continue reading the series, the third one, this month. And yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Hope you enjoyed. This one was a little bit short one, but it just felt like that kind of book, so we didn't have that much to discuss. Even though still 1 hour is a lot. I now go finish my tea. I still have a little bit and continue reading. So yeah, I will talk to you on Discord in the upcoming days. I do not plan any sprints until maybe next Friday or Saturday. I'll keep you updated because we do have the Climate's Weekend Reading Challenge the last weekend of December. So then we'll definitely have some sprints and everything happening. But until then, I don't think I'll be hosting anything live. I will try to film the book club video tomorrow and hopefully post it by the end of the week. So we'll see. And yeah, I will see you on Discord. But if I don't see you until Christmas, then have a wonderful Christmas. Or if you're not celebrating Christmas, then hope you have a lovely holiday uh, or vacation or whatever you're up to. And I will see you on Discord or later here. Thank you so much for hosting. Thank you so much for being here. I'll join at least for one more. All right, all right. Good to know. Thank you and good night. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of the evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.